What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to take a look at these bad boys. The Sony WH-1000 XM4s. This is what happened the first time I tried on those Sony XM4s. These things are nasty, so I just throw them back in the box so you can see how they come. They claim to last for 30 hours. I'm sure if you have everything turned on, like noise canceling and all the features, I'm sure they won't last 30, but still, yeah. If I can get through 8 hours though, or 10 hours even, I'm good. So that's what they look like. Nice packaging. Open it up. Nice little carrying case, so. See, you would think that this is the top with the mesh thing, so I keep doing that, but it's actually the bottom. They open this way. It comes with the world's longest, yeah, the longest charging cable I've ever seen. USB-C. That's going straight in the trash. Comes with the the audio cable, and it comes with this little doohickey. I have no idea what this is for. Maybe this is so you can plug in, and it's for the audio and for when you're taking phone calls, maybe for a car or something. I don't know. I'll keep it just in case. And here they are. Man, I was playing around with these a little bit last night. See, I use these ones because I'm able to hear, directly coming out of this mic, and it doesn't lie to me. These are just flat headphones. But these things, gotta put them on right. They're very comfortable. And I noticed, so I turned them on, and the noise canceling thing came on, and I was almost weirded out for a minute. It is weird. I've never experienced something like that, but it just kills everything, man. It's so cool. And they have these little sensors in here. Yep, there they are. Little sensors, so when you have them on, you're listening to music. If you take them off, it'll just pause the music. And as soon as you put them back on, it'll start playing again, which I thought was pretty cool. Now, I would never wear these to work. These are like $350. I just wanted some nice sounding, and these things sound amazing. I wanted some nice sounding headphones for, at home. So if you're interested in headphones for work, these are the best right here. Aftershocks Aeropex. I can go for a full working day for 8 hours and have these things just tearing, like full volume, I can take phone calls on these. So when I have these on, my boss calls or whoever calls, you can just click that little button. And a lot of times people think you're talking to yourself because you don't really see them. They're kind of stealth mode. I like them. But these are bone conduction headphones. So they kind of bypass your eardrum. They sit right in front of your ear and go right to that bone. And the cool thing is if you have them low enough, you can still have a conversation with somebody. You can still hear people. Or if something's happening around you, because you need to be aware at work at all times, you can still hear. I mean, if you have them all the way up to max volume, it's kind of difficult to hear other people, but these things are awesome for work, and they're like $180. And they're completely waterproof, so you can sweat. These can be dripping. You can drop them in a puddle. It doesn't matter. You can go swimming with these on. Doesn't matter. They won't break. So I almost forgot one little tidbit of information about these Aftershocks Aeropex. So my dad, he had some kind of surgery on his ear, like way back in the day. Probably when he was like younger than me. He was probably, I don't know for sure, but 20s, 30s. He had some sort of surgery, and the doctor screwed up, and he went deaf in one ear. Couldn't hear, so he heard mono his entire life. Just, imagine that. And he's a musician too, so really imagine that. And, they didn't have this kind of technology like way back then. So these things came out, and he knew them way before I knew about them. And he got a pair, and he slapped them on, and all of a sudden he could hear in stereo. He could hear in both ears, because these bypass your eardrum. They go straight to the bone behind the eardrum. That's insane. So if you know anyone that's deaf in one ear or deaf in both ears, and it's just the eardrum problem, hook them up. So back to the to these ones now. One thing I noticed last night, when you have these on, if you take your hand and place it over your right ear like this, it'll just dim the music right down, so that if someone's talking to you, you can hear them. And you don't have to take the headphones off. You can just place your hand over your ear. Now they have some functions. So I'm pretty sure, I was messing around with it a little bit last night, but I was too blown away by the sound to even, like, the sound, it's so clear, it's so crisp, like you can hear everything. You can go back and listen to bands that you probably like wouldn't listen to a lot of. Like I went back and I was listening to like some Jethro Tull last night, and I just wanted to go to a bunch of different kinds of music, and even songs that you normally wouldn't listen to sound amazing for some reason with these. It's like you can hear the guy's finger plucking the guitar strings. Like you can hear that much detail with these. It's pretty cool. They're pretty bassy. I do wish they went a little louder, because I don't know. I kind of like really, really loud headphones that give you a headache when you're done listening. These things cut off like right before headache level, but they're pretty loud. They're louder on, so if you plug in the cable and plug it into your whatever and listen to it, it's not as loud as if you use them wirelessly. And I also noticed that they seemed more bassy with the noise canceling on for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe that's just my imagination, but they seemed a little more bassy with that on. And they are USB-C, which is awesome. All there is the power button and then this custom button. This just turns the noise canceling on and off, or if you want to hear ambient sound or whatever, you just click this a few times and Bob's your uncle. The difference between these ones and the last model, I believe, even though they're the exact same price, I have no idea why they're the exact same price. The previous models were $350 and the newer models were $350, so I don't know what's going on there. And these have that weird like soft, cool finish to them. But these you can pair, so you can pair these to more than one Bluetooth device. So if you're listening to these with your phone, and then you walk in, you're coming home, you walk in, you sit down at your desk, and you just want to like stop using your phone and switch over to the PC, you can just have them jump over to the other Bluetooth. You don't have to sit there and pair and unpair things. So I got a one of those little USB dongles, I guess you call them, to plug into the PC, so I can pair these with the Beast. And I don't know, I want to start messing around, maybe using these with the mic, maybe, I don't know, because I was having trouble in the beginning with these videos, like getting the sound right. It would sound good on here, you know, on the PC, but then when it got to YouTube and then I played it on my phone, it was like way too loud. And the volumes were all like wonky, so I had to like start learning how to look at the volume bars and keep it out of the red. And I kind of want to know what it sounds like before it gets there. And I'm thinking, you know, maybe I can record with these and then check with these before I push it out. But I don't know, man. If you're in the market for headphones, like, these things sound like it's just, it shouldn't even be legal, really. I like had these on. I was just laying in bed last night. It was pitch black and I was in another world. I was like floating around somewhere. I wasn't here. These things are awesome. Alright, let's see. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything here. Oh, so Google Assistant and Alexa is built in. I don't care. I don't use it. But for those who do... Oh! Okay. See? I just had to read the box. This is the flight adapter for planes. Straight in the bin. Not needed. Hands-free phone calls. There's your little controls. You can swipe around. You know, it says right here on the top it was made for iPhone, iPod, all that. It does not say. It doesn't really say Android anywhere, but, you know, it worked fine with my phone. And I just have a LG Stylo 4 or 5. Nothing special. I don't buy expensive phones because I end up breaking them anyway, and they don't last more than 2 years regardless. Doesn't matter if you spend $1,200 or $200. They last 2 years, no longer. You know, I don't care. They're made to break. Something goes wrong in 2 years. So Not spending $1,200. Sorry. But yeah, that's it. I mean, I haven't had these long enough to really like give them a hardcore review, but these are just like more first impressions, man. These things sound like I've never heard a pair of headphones that sound as nice as these do. These things are insane. The sound quality is just... oh, it's like witchcraft in there. I don't know what's going on. And the noise canceling thing is just straight like some kind of like wizardry going on in there. I don't know. But it's pretty cool, man. You can just block everything out. So that's it for now. Subscribe, thumbs up, you know the deal. Get on it. See you next time.